This week's Start Sit-em advice is essential for fantasy football success. It's important to analyze player matchups and make sure you have the right players starting. The sleeper candidates this week will depend on the injuries, suspensions, and bye weeks at certain positions. Quarterback-wise, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes are must-starts this week. Deshaun Watson is another great QB to start this week, as he's likely to put up a good amount of points despite playing the Jaguars. For running backs, Leonard Fournette and David Johnson are top-tier players to start. Meanwhile, playing Marshawn Lynch or Derrick Henry against some tough defenses are not very good choices. Wide receivers are a bit more unpredictable this week, but look towards Odell Beckham Jr., DeAndre Hopkins, or T.Y. Hilton to give you a good amount of points. Players like Tyler Lockett and Christian Kirk could also be an interesting option depending on how their teams do. Tight ends are often tricky, but names like Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Zach Ertz are all reliable and should be in your lineup for sure. As for Sit-em, there are plenty of choices this week, like Aaron Rodgers, Philip Rivers, Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, and Alshon Jeffrey. Each of them have difficult matchups this week, and should be avoided for most fantasy teams. Keep an eye on the news too, as there may be some surprise inactive players at the last minute that could negatively affect their team's performance. Investing in the right players in Week 4 could be the difference between winning and losing. Careful consideration before making each lineup decision is essential to make sure you have the best chances to win. Favorite sleepers like Kenyon Drake and Marlon Mack can provide a big boost if they exceed their expected performances. Conversely, they will drag your chances of victory down if their production is sub-par. It's also important to note that bye weeks are beginning to take effect this week, so if you haven't made adjustments for those missing players, now's the time to do it. It's a good idea to start filling in those bye week slots with solid role players, such as Kenny Stills, Tyrell Williams, or Cole Beasley. Don't be too quick to overreact to players coming off hot performances either. One bad week could be the sign of a slump, signifying the need to sit them in favor of another, more consistent option. Ultimately, use the Week 4 Start Sit-em advice as guidelines to make informed decisions for your fantasy team. Evaluation between players on the same team can be tricky, so use snap counts and targets to properly distinguish between them. Analyzing game weather conditions is also part of the fantasy football decision-making process, as windier games can prove tough for offenses. Utilizing the various fantasy projections websites at your disposal can provide an edge as well, in terms of uncovering high-scoring sleepers. Search through the waiver wires to fill in any needed positions, just be careful of streaming too many players off the same team.